Texas prisons and jails are recruiting more teenagers to make up for a guard shortage. Yes, you heard that right. The state of Texas is recruiting high school students to become guards when they graduate. In fact, this young lady you see here on my screen, her name is Justice Taylor. She is one of many that began working at Smith County Jail last year. She stated that the inmates made fun of her and her coworkers were worried she wasn't mature enough for the job. Taylor is an aspiring homicide detective who was 18 years old when she was hired as a corrections officer. She said that people were skeptical of her being so young and coming straight out of high school. She said that some high schoolers don't have their heads on straight, but she is one of the ones that is focused on her career. She is among a small but growing number of teenagers taking jobs inside of Texas prisons and jails, which are facing persistent staffing shortages. In response to personnel shortages, state and local authorities are introducing recruitment initiatives and educational programs that enable high school students to train for corrections roles. In 2023, the number of 18-year-olds obtaining jailer license surged to 68. That is a significant increase from a decade ago, according to the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. Advocates urge this strategy addresses urgent staffing needs and provides young adults with early career opportunities. However, opponents raise concern about the emotional maturity of teenagers in handling the complex challenges posed by older inmates. Many of those include mental health issues and substance abuse issues. Thomas Washburn is a director of the Law and Public Safety Education Network, and he voices concern that 18-year-olds lack the necessary experience and awareness to handle manipulative criminals effectively. On the other hand, officials from jail and prisons assert that they carefully select which young adults to hire, focusing on those who demonstrate maturity and stability. Smith County Chief Deputy Jimmy Jackson emphasizes that they filter out immature candidates during interviews, ensuring only the most qualified are selected for the position. He has collaborated with Tyler Independent School District to address staffing shortages at the county jail by creating a program that lets students earn a jailer's license upon graduation. Naomi DeAnda is chair of the Criminal Justice Department at Odessa College. She responded to the need for corrections officers in West Texas by enhancing an existing dual credit program. The program teaches skills such as crime scene investigation and conflict de-escalation, attracting students with the prospect of a $65,000 a year annual salary upon graduation. DeAnda said teens are approaching her with interest in this industry. There are several pros and cons to this situation. Teenagers can begin their career right out of high school, filling critical staffing shortages and gaining early professional experience. High school programs integrate criminal justice training, providing practical skills and certification that enhance employment prospects. Starting salaries are obviously very appealing, especially in regions with limited job opportunities outside of sectors like oil and gas. On the other hand, emotional maturity is a very big concern. As mentioned, critics argue that teenagers lack the emotional maturity required to manage the complex and potentially volatile environment of prisons. And then what about safety concerns? The stress and danger associated with corrections work poses significant risk, potentially leading to high rates of depression and PTSD among officers. We should also consider that young, inexperienced workers might be easily manipulated by older, more mature inmates. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you see this as a promising strategy or a potential risk for young workers in high-stress jobs like corrections? Join the discussion and share your perspective on the recruitment of teenagers into such a role.